Hey again, my fine gaming companions. Welcome to another episode of Game-Rave TV. It's been a while since we did a true top 5 list, so to scratch that itch, let's discuss the top 5 most interesting variants on the PlayStation. Now, just to lay down some rules, this list only covers actual released variants. Unreleased and recalled versions, like the September 11th version of Siphon Filter, will remain behind the scenes for now. Their time to shine will come later. Also, and I cannot stress this enough, rarity has nothing to do with being interesting. These are variants that are just plain nifty in each of their own contextual lives. Coming at number 5 is a curiosity that's already been solved as far as the data is concerned, but not the actual labeling. When the highly anticipated sequel Tomb Raider 2 released to the gaming public, some folks opened their cases to discover a tiny little oddity on the disc label, the letter A. SLUS and SCUS designations for the most part don't carry letters on them except for GH and CE. Working Designs is probably the only real publisher to use that type of cataloging on a regular basis, though there are the few exceptions like the blockbuster Konami re-releases. The fine folks over at redump.org already have confirmed that the A variant is the same disk information as the standard SLUS, so the question remains, what was the point of the letter A? Considering the 2 disc arts for Tomb Raider 3, this may have been a leftover marker for a variant idea, or at the very least, a simple typo. We actually did contact Eidos in the hopes of finding out the answer, but alas, too many years have passed. This is one of those red letters whose days will never come to pass. Coming in at number 4 spot is Rayman 2 Beach Ball variant packaging. We originally covered this goofy thing way back in episode 25, but it makes a reappearance here just for the sheer oddballness of it. Pun intended. Rayman 2 itself is no stranger to variants, what with a watch release, a t-shirt release, a re-release, and more. The beach ball presents a sly take on the enclosure angle. Most included items in a collectible box are there to draw you into the game, or allow you more insight into the game. With the beach ball, since its intended use is outside, you'd be enjoying it far away from the source material. The underlying reasoning behind it, though, is probably more dastardly. Like wearing the t-shirt from the Dreamcast version, using the beach ball in public turns you into a walking, talking advertisement for the game, and you're clearly having a ball with it. Ubisoft actually keeps us at the beach with the 3rd entry in our list, Surf Riders and their cheeky limited edition packaging full of sex wax. It's not what you think. Trust me. Sex wax is actually a type of surfboard accessory used to wax up or wax down one's wave rider. Mr. Zog's Sex Wax has been one of the most iconic brands in its field thanks to consistent quality, making it the perfect lure for surfers to want to pick up the game. Ubisoft was banking on the association of quality from the wax company would jump gamers onto the game itself. Funny enough, the joke is well maintained as you flip over the box to see the tagline of Mother Nature is here to spank you silly. Coming in on the silver medal platform is Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, Fan Edition. Sent to retail 2 years after the initial big box release, the Fan Edition was essentially Working Designs offering their pinnacle flagship game one last chance at life before being retired from the publishing schedule. The first and most obvious visual clue of its uniqueness is that for a Working Designs game, there's no foil stamping anywhere on the package. Every Working Designs game on the PlayStation, including the shooters on their Spaz label, have foil-stamped logos and spines. Second, the artwork used for the CDs was created by a fan artist who was extremely popular on Working Designs message boards at the time. Fan art is usually relegated to an included art book or maybe a site link in the manual. That alone makes it unique among the other PlayStation games. There's also the marketing that went into along with the version. Working Designs paid for magazine ads touting it as the last time the game would ever be available for purchase. Nothing like a little fear of missing out to send off your flagship title. Finally, the most interesting variant on the PlayStation comes from one of its most beloved titles of all time, if not the most beloved, Metal Gear Solid. Released in 2008, 10 years after its original debut on the PlayStation 1, Konami's Metal Gear Solid Essentials Collection was a PS2 3-pack that included the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games. What makes the collection unique is Metal Gear 1 was never converted to a native PlayStation 2 media format. It was the same 2-disc PS1 game hiding in a PS2 case. This was the first time in console gaming where a previous generation's media was released in the modern generation's packaging. It would have been like Nintendo giving you a Game Boy card of Pokemon Blue tucked inside a 3DS game case. This inclusion of the original media wasn't just interesting, it was also insanely problematic. The graphic designer in charge of the packaging clearly did not know or completely misunderstood about the infamous Meryl situation. For those few out of the loop, Metal Gear Solid 1 required you to look at the back of the actual real-world game case to discover its in-game codec number. Here, on the triple pack, they still have the screenshot, but forgot to put her name on the image. You don't meet Meryl until that point, so you have no idea what she looks like. Even worse, the new DVD case-style manual completely removes the image. And even more hilariously, they completely removed it from the case sleeve. If you bought MGS in the triple pack packaging and had never played it before, you would be absolutely screwed. Mind you, in the present day, 3 seconds of Googling would take care of it, but the point still stands. The other problem comes from the back of the outer box. Besides screwing up the codec situation, nowhere on the outer box does it tell you you're going to need a PlayStation 1 memory card. Unless the store clerk alerted you, you would have bought the game, gone home to start the trilogy, and have no way to save the first game. Considering it was 2008, the PS1's retail shelf life had been over for 4 years, so you're either essentially left with a used market or hoping that there was a brand new third-party memory card still at the specialty shop. With that ridiculous amount of poor planning, combined with the uniqueness of the media, is what makes Metal Gear Solid's essential release the most interesting variant release in the PlayStation library. And that concludes our 95th episode of Game-Rave TV. Number 100 is coming faster than I ever expected, and I'm hoping to have some goodies available both in episode content and real life, but we'll tackle that when we get to it. Do you guys and gals have a favorite variant? Maybe that collector's edition you just couldn't say no to, or the greatest hits you had to buy because of the extra content? Share your favorites, and even better, if you could create your dream variant release for your favorite game, what would it be, and what would you have with it? Comment below and let's get the conversation started. As always, if you love what you saw, share it with your friends, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend, and as always, play, laugh, love. See you then.